Hello and welcome to the Gabriel TV. Today is yet another day as we discuss matters politics in our country Kenya. It's literally full election mode here in Kenya. The 2022 succession matrix has gathered momentum. Each political divide crisscrossing the country to sell its agenda. The Kenya Kwanza and Azimio la Umoja coalitions are the top contenders in this year's general election. Tension has already gripped Kenya, with politicians throwing jabs at each other to woo voters. Today, I'm privileged to be joined by two youths, one for Kenya Kwanza and one for the Azimio la Umoja. I would like to introduce them, starting with the guest from my right, who is going to tell us more about himself.
Okay, thank you, Gabriel TV, for the opportunity. I go by the names Moitich Kipkoech Jimmy, third year student, Maseno University, taking history as my course. I'm from Kenya Kwanza side, as one of the diehards for Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jimmy Kipkoech, the Kenya Kwanza Die Hard. And on my guest on my left,
I'm Kaire Mohammed, uh, the Azimio diehard. I'm a student from Maseno University, pursuing a bachelor's degree in literature and IT. We are here for the Azimio team.
thank you very much. And as I told you, I have the heavyweight, and we are going to dissect some of the burning issues. Which way Kenya? Our topic today will be which way Kenya, and let them just tell us why Kenya Kwanza.
Why Kenya Kwanza? In fact, the Kenya Kwanza analogy or the title of the coalition between Mudavadi, Wetangula and his honorable Deputy President of Kenya, it came after they both joined hands together uh, so as to support not only their interest but the rest of Kenya. That's why we see wanasema Kenya Kwanza. So all the needs of our country should be first put on the front line.
Oh, thank you very much. And to Kair Mohammed, why did you decide to join Azimio la Umoja?
Thank you very much, Gabriel.
Mm.
Uh, Azimio la Umoja, again, is another political analogy that draws its own roots from His Honorable Raila Odinga, who is our flag bearer of the Azimio la Umoja team. I chose to side with Azimio la Umoja because of number one, their vision, their manifesto, and what they have to do for this country. I choose Azimio la Umoja because I think they are the right people who can go ahead and turn around the tables and the things that are happening in the Republic of Kenya today. Azimio la Umoja is all about bringing Kenyans together. As we say, Azimio la Umoja, Azimio is to aspire. So we are aspiring to bring all Kenyans together. That's why you see us moving around, getting parties, getting different people, from the mass speakers, from Mombasa, even from the Kalenjin land, from Nairobi, and so on and so forth, from Ukambani. We want to bring them together under one umbrella, Azimio la Umoja, so as to build this Kenya and this country as one country and move together towards achieving what our forefathers wanted us to achieve in their ambitions as they are founding the nation.
Thank you very much. You're telling us that Azimio la Umoja is going to bring Kenyans together. Do you agree with him?
For me, I disagree.
Mm.
Why am I disagreeing? If you take a vision and then try to analyze the Azimio la Umoja according to them, it's made up of leaders who were there since before. It's a dynasty form of government
Mm.
because it's made up of, like, you can imagine a president of this country, Right Honorable Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, joining hands with his opposition leader. It's something that has never been seen, and it's now seen in Kenya. It's a surprise because you can see why president to support an opposition leader, but for the Azimio la Umoja, whatever they are planning for the country,
Mm.
we are not against them because this is a free and fair democracy country. So they'll come with the analogy Azimio la Kwanza, as we come with our analogy Kenya Kwanza as our coalition. So I have no objection,
Yeah.
and I think they should continue.
I think I will have to disagree with my fellow learned friend Koech.
Yes.
When Koech says that Azimio Umoja is made up of teams or people who have been in government for a long time and who are called dynasties in government. Today on this show, I want us to discuss between Kenya Kwanza and Azimio Umoja, who has been in government for a long time. Can Jimmy tell us on this table when and for how many years has William Ruto served the government, and how many years has Raila Amolo Odinga served the government? How long has Moses Wetangula, Musalia Mudavadi served the government, and how long has these other people served the government who are in Azimio la Umoja? We begin from there. How long has William Ruto served the government? How long has Raila Amolo Odinga served the government?
You know, the number of years that these people have served the government, I don't think if it matters a lot.
The analogy that is trying to argue out is that because they have stayed in government for a long time, they are now dynasties. They are claiming that they have been seeing Raila Amolo Odinga all along since when they were children.
No, I'm not saying
And,
that.
and that's what you are saying. You have said clearly that
No,
you have stayed in
let,
government for a long time.
let me put it correctly. Like the reason why I'm saying dynasty, like it's because if you see these three families, the Moi, Odingas, and Kenyatta's family, like their fathers who are no longer there, as we talk, they were in government, they ruled the country, and the same thing. You see, it's not bad for them. They have right to still compete for those high position seats. But you see, it's the same repetition of what was there before. The three families still fighting for the same thing.
I don't think we should sit on this family, Gabriel,
Yeah.
discussing about families. This thing is about what can you bring on the table. I don't see why William Ruto will vie for presidency and cry to Kenyans in the name that he wants sympathy votes because his father was a shoemaker and this one's father was, a president.
Yeah, we cannot go on that
It's
context.
about what you bring to the table, what can you do for Kenyans, what are your manifestos, and what you want to create about this country.
Yeah, and
I don't see the reason as to why William Ruto sided with Uhuru Kenyatta in 2013 and 2017.
Yes.
We knew very well that Uhuru Kenyatta was from the family of the royal people, from the first president of this Republic of Kenya.
Yeah.
Why did he side with him in 2013, in 2017, and today he's telling us the families cannot be ruling us? William Ruto played a very big role in making sure that Uhuru Kenyatta won the elections in 2017 and in 2013. We cannot forget about that. So they cannot come and argue. They cannot come and argue that we are being led by the royal families, the three families, when they are the ones who have been supporting them to rule us. We gave them Raila Amolo Odinga. Remember, Raila Amolo Odinga is from a family who has not ruled the Republic of Kenya.
They have ruled.
His father
was in government.
Jaramogi Oginga was in government,
But,
but he's never ruled Kenya.
Yeah,
He never ruled Kenya.
He was a prime minister.
vice president.
He was the first prime minister, and he was the vice president for how long? How long
And
was
then
was he the vice
told,
president?
But he resigned because of
Resigned
differences
because
with
of
Jomo
different
Kenyatta.
issues.
Yeah.
But the analogy here is this: we cannot be arguing on the concept that we want to elect leaders because the ones we are having, their fathers ruled us. So we cannot elect them because their fathers ruled us. Let us look at this thing at a very big picture and see what can we do for the government of Kenya. What manifesto are you bringing to the table for the people of Kenya? We will elect you, we as the youth. We will even be going outside
Alright, you're
here.
talking about the manifesto. And
Yes,
you
and,
as the
I want to correct him. When he says William Ruto supported Uhuru Kenyatta 2013 and 2017, I want you also to remember William Ruto supported Raila 2007.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So you see, like he's not doing any partiality or no. Like William Ruto has worked with Raila and at the same time
has worked with Uhuru
has worked
Kenyatta,
with
now he's
Uhuru
working
Kenyatta.
alone.
Yeah.
That's fine. And let us now talk about their agendas. We have Azimio la Umoja. Which is your agenda? Which is your economic model?
Of course, for the Azimio la Umoja people, we have some few models we want to bring about to the people of Kenya. Number one, we are talking about the social security fund that you want to give to the poor Kenyans and vulnerable Kenyans who cannot afford, or the people who are living below $1 a day. So we want to make sure that we are also giving them a social fund that is going to protect them. The
Of how much?
600,000 shillings every month.
600,000?
I mean, the 6,000 shillings
All right.
every month
Yeah.
that you want to give these Kenyans who are vulnerable. The mamambogas, the people who cannot raise their cash, the people that they are calling these hustlers. We don't want to call them hustlers anymore. You know, we already know they're hustlers.
You want to give them 6K
They're
every
hustling
month.
to put that food on the table. What we want to do to them is assist them and help make sure that they're at least living a kind of life the government want its people to live. The, every government that will be coming into government, it will be looking after the well-being of its own citizen. A government will be measured on how successful it is with how comfortable or how life per capita is measured in that particular state. So what we want to do is, number one, we ensure that their social security fund has been catered. We give them 6,000 shillings every month to make sure they are living according to what other Kenyans are also living.
All right.
Number two,
Wait
Azimio la
first.
Umoja.
On that
Yes.
6,000 shillings, where will you get this money every month? Given just a person who is not working, you're just going and get 6,000 shillings every month. Is it not handouts?
Gabriel,
Because you're getting money which you're not working.
Gabriel, you are saying this. Huh? We are not giving people who are not working and their capability of working money. What you're doing is giving these families that are vulnerable,
Why can't you
the
create
old,
jobs then?
the youths who have got not, who don't have the jobs or the capabilities to be working, those people who are disabled, we are the ones we are now working for. You know, the ones we want to give this particular social fund. And about issue concerning where we get the money, the Prime Minister Raila Odinga has been in government for a very long time. Remember the last time His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta said himself that Kenya is losing every day 2 billion shillings every day. Every day we wake up in the morning, we lose 2 billion shillings. Now I want you to calculate in 1 month. How many billions are those?
So you believe
Those are 60 billion shillings. If you calculate in 3 months, those are totaling to about 300 billion shillings that Kenya is talking about, money that is being lost every day. When you look at all those scandals, the Kemsa scandals, the Kimarere dams, and so on and so forth, those are money that we can use to make sure that we are catering for social welfare of these people living in Kenya. Money in Kenya is there, but it's how we are using this particular money.
Let me bring Jimmy. Jimmy, 6,000 every month. Is it a reality?
For me, I think promising youths or those vulnerable families that you'll be contributing them 6,000 each and every month is not a realistic. Because by rough measure, statistics that were calculated some years back, per month, these people will have to give out 358 billion to those vulnerable families. Because if you do a measurement, those people who are living under the low level of poverty are so many compared to the few that are in the middle and upper level of, I think, above poverty. So
level.
these are raising of 6,000. I think it's something like they should create jobs instead of giving them money.
All right.
Yes.
They should create jobs instead of giving them money. Bottom-up economic model.
Yes.
The Kenya Kwanza.
Yeah.
Mama mboga, wheelbarrows, mtu mkokoteni.
Kinyozi.
Is it the right way to empower Kenyans?
Yes, I think this bottom-up model economic approach, even the President of the United States of America, Joe Biden, commented and say, I think we should face the bottom-up approach. Trickle down, it's now turning to be an old version.
Where was this bottom up since 2013? William Ruto has been in government since 2013.
Yes.
And there was Mama Mboga in 2013.
They were there.
Why now?
In fact, this bottom-up approach, it has been there since 2013. Because when William Ruto joined hand with Uhuru Kenyatta, they had the Big Four agenda. So some of the things that are in the Big Four agenda, those Mama Mboga, Mzee Mkokoteni, creation of industries and many other things, it's just there. So it's happened. Now Ruto is now wants to come out as an individual to bring this bottom-up approach as a person. And I think that is the right way where politics should go.
I think.
And what is this bottom-up?
Yeah, explain to us.
What is this
bottom-up?
Yeah, bottom-up is where the president, if will get that chance, William Samoei Ruto, all funds that used to stick at the national level of our national government needs to be driven to the counties, to the wards, to various institutions, so that this mzee wa mkokoteni, this mzee wa bodaboda, mama mboga, mzee wa kinyozi, they will have to be to create a circle whereby all those money will be given to that institution, so that they'll have that chance to go and do what? To pour a loan, sindio?
Yeah.
Copper a loan. So when they'll copper that loan, they will at least develop their business. Creation of peer industry. Yeah, it's among the bottom-up economic approach. I think when they'll create this industry, it will employ more youths. I think you agree.
I agree on that.
Yes.
Creating of more industries, no, what is ailing Kenya, what is ailing our country is about there's high rate of unemployment, there's high rate of corruption. But let us not go on corruption now. I want his take on the bottom-up economic model.
Thank you very much once again. I want to tell Jimmy, my fellow learned friend, that when people will be commenting about this, when Biden says we will go with, I don't know from where and when did Biden comment on the bottom-up economy model, but all those are opinions from individuals. I can as well go into Twitter, I can as well go to Facebook, I can as well go viral and say, I can comment on anything or on any subject in the world. But that does not mean I'm giving it a ticket to be adopted. So you cannot tell us that even the president of America, Biden, has said we go with the bottom-up economy. Uh, Jimmy, when we talk about supplying money from the president all the way to the counties and so on and so forth, this is something that has been there all along. The national government has been giving out funds to the county assemblies and so on and so forth, so that they can run their own activities. The biggest challenge that will come about with the bottom-up economy, and that's why I want to disagree with the bottom-up economy, is this. We shall be creating so many loopholes for corruption. Why? Because this money is coming from the national treasury. It has to be supplied from the national treasury to the counties, from the counties to the ward, to the circles, from the circles to the mamamboga, and so on and so forth. Remember, this money is following a channel from A to B, from B to C, from C to D, from D to E, from E to F. And that money as it's passing from all those hands to reach that person who is down there, it has passed through so many hands, and we are getting so many loops for us to be stealing that particular money. The money that will be reaching that Mwamboga is not the money that has come directly from the national treasury. So as we are talking about the bottom-up economy and we are embracing the bottom-up economy, let us also look at the bigger picture. What are the effects of this bottom-up economy? Money coming from the treasury to the county, from the county to the circles, and so on and so forth. And then he's telling us they'll be giving out this money in terms of loans. When you give me a loan, perhaps you expect the loan will come with an interest and so on and so forth.
Thank you very much on that.
So how does that model benefit the common mwananchi that has it? They already have got loans. They're getting loans from the Watu credits. They're getting loans from everywhere they want. They cannot pay. They don't afford to get those particular loans. So why are you benefiting them when telling them to keep getting loans, do their business, and repay back? It's already there.
To respond.
For him, creating loans to somebody who is for example, is not able to raise a lot of money as long as to be able to run the business. So giving them loan, and in fact, for information, the interest that is there will not be at higher. I think it will be a friendly interest, because that company, that circle that will be there, it will not just only serve them for a month. They are allowed to come borrow loan each and every time, as long as they are in a position to repay what they have taken.
Yeah.
If those are the corners of the bottom-up economy, then they're suffering from manipulation, because these are structures that has been there all along.
Mr. Mohammed,
you have been giving loans to.
You cannot continue with the same issue.
You have been giving loans to Mamamboga. You have been
you
giving loans.
Just
to Boda Boda. You have been giving loans to youth groups, so on and so forth.
Let's clarify this thing.
We cannot continue with the same issue.
Giving loan and you giving people 6,000.
Non-refundable money. You don't refund.
So you're telling me non-refundable
money.
So per year, 12 months. You want to tell me
Yes.
each month, giving people 6,000 without refundable? Where do you think government gets
we are not giving this money to everybody in Kenya.
How?
We are only giving this money to vulnerable families.
Okay.
We're giving this money to the wazee and those people who cannot raise a living. Those people are living below a dollar.
Compare.
Facts are there.
I want you to anyway, by the way, what are failing Kenya? What is failing Kenya as we talk now? Things that are in front line. Cases deal with poverty. High rate of poverty in Kenya, in fact, is high.
Yeah, poverty is high,
Yes.
and let's leave it at that. What's ailing Kenya? Let's talk about what is ailing Kenya.
For my side, what is ailing Kenya?
Is it the economy or corruption?
In fact, corruption affects the economy. Because when money lost, that was supposed to be used in raising or fluctuating the economy of this country.
Thank
so
you.
as to
Thank you.
okay.
What's ailing Kenya?
I think what's ailing Kenya? Kenya has got so many elements, but we can go with the major ones. Both economy and corruption are the things that have ailed Kenya for a long time.
All right. Corruption and economy are the things that have ailed Kenya for a long time. Yeah. Today, Justin Muturi has joined the Kenya Kwanza Alliance. What is his impact? Let's start with the Kenya Kwanza Alliance.
For us, it's good for Kenya Kwanza.
Is he your
Because-
deputy?
No, we haven't said that.
Yeah.
For Justin Muturi doing Kenya Kwanza, for us, it's expansion. We are developing each and every day. So for him, he took his time to decide where to go. So for him joining Kenya Kwanza, that's a tick, that's a benefit. I think that create a positive impression from the whole of this country, Kenya.
All right.
Yes.
That's positive. And Mohammed, will Justin Muturi bring any change in Kenya Kwanza?
Of course, there will be an impact, but the impact will be very minimal. Justin Muturi has got a party, and I'm sure most Kenyans out here cannot be even able to tell the party Justin Muturi is heading.
He's heading the Democratic Party
Party.
of Kenya.
You know that because you have gone and done the research.
No,
But you walk,
I am a
but-
Kenyan. I'm a
since-
but
Kenyan.
you walk outside here. You walk outside there in this field and ask somebody,
Yeah.
do you know Justin Muturi? Of course, you know
Of course,
Justin Muturi as
he's the national
speaker.
He's the
National
Speaker of the
Assembly.
National Assembly.
National Assembly.
You can't
But-
ignore
but-
him in Mount Kenya East.
But the kind of party he heads
Yeah.
and what is bringing on the table to Kenya Kwanza is what now matters a lot. This party you are calling Democratic Party of Kenya, no one has got any information about Democratic Party of Kenya. We even don't know the vice chairperson of that particular party. If they've got
But
delegates,
that's
they
just
have.
like
Of
in
course they
Azimio
have.
of many parties.
But the impact of Justin Muturi joining Azimio, joining Kenya Kwanza, it will be a very minimal impact as compared to what other people are bringing on the table.
What's the comparison
Justin
between
Muturi.
Justin and Martha Karua?
Justin Muturi from Mount Kenya, I can say right now Mount Kenya has got leaders who are not really working with the people of Mount Kenya. And Justin Muturi is a figure from Mount Kenya who has just emerged from the other day.
Yeah.
So you cannot claim to be having the driving force drive around people from the mountain. You cannot climb that mountain to the peak and bring about change in Kenya Kwanza. That is something I can tell you
All right.
for a matter of fact.
Thank you on that. So you're telling us that Justin Muturi has no big impact. All right, fine. We shall see that soon. The issue of running mate has become an issue that is bringing headache in most of these party leaders. So who do you think is best fit to be the running mate of William Ruto?
For my opinion,
Mm.
and from my presidential aspirant, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, his consideration will have to come from this direction. So his deputy, that I will be there to run him through this election, should be that person that understands the metrics of the coalition. What is Kenya Kwanza? Why are these leaders here? Then another thing should be a person who is in a position, if challenges occurs, he has the a solution, like he can give out solution towards those challenges.
Yeah, on that. So who? Who
I'm
do you
still,
think?
I'm still giving you some at least
You know that.
some factors that should make this deputy
Mm.
to at least to support William Ruto throughout this, and then this person also should be in a position to give 70% of the election votes. Because you cannot tell me we'll have to take this person X and leave this person Y because this person X has like influence or join UDA before this person Y. So we will consider person Y if he can raise 70%, and this person X if he's raising 20% of the vote, he cannot be considered. For me,
Mhm.
whoever who will run with the Ruto in this race should have to come from Mount Kenya. Why am I saying this? Ruto joined politics long ago when Moi was there, 19 after
97,
yeah
1997.
97 after
When you just finished
campus.
campus.
So even after general election of 2017,
Mm.
I think once His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Mudavadi
Mm.
shook hands, I think this made William Ruto to at least to remove himself from the office and start to go out to the grassroots to look for votes, to influence people, at least to form a good background. Even his relations with the churches throughout this corona pandemic period, he used to attend various churches, raising funds, raising, supporting them. But you found like these people are saying whatever Ruto is giving out
Mhm.
is fund stolen from the public office and donating to what?
All
Churches.
right. Thank you.
So for me,
Yeah.
running mate for Ruto,
Mount Kenya. Who?
specifically I cannot tell,
You cannot tell.
but there are so many.
Your fence sitting.
There are so many.
Your fence sitting.
Allow
I
me,
know what you're avoiding. Thank you. Yes.
allow me to talk about the issue of running mate in the Kenya Kwanza Alliance. Now that he has got those issues, and let me also respond to some of the issues that he's putting across to us here. The other day, when I was following the interview between the Secretary Gen UDA party, Mr. Kiro said on the national TV that Kipkoech Kiro, he said
Mhm.
that they are going to give out that they have got a technical team that is going to help them move forward as a coalition. And when he was asked about the issue of running mate and the presidential aspirant, he said the Kenya Kwanza Alliance has got an aspirant who is William Samoei Ruto. And he said when they're giving out the certificate of the running of the flag bearer of the coalition,
Mhm.
the certificate of that flag bearer will be given in the name of UDA and not Kenya Kwanza Alliance.
No.
That is, I'm talking about what the Secretary of UDA himself said on the national TV. These are
I
not,
understand that.
these are not
Yeah.
facts that I'm getting from my own sources.
Yeah.
And he said that they're going to give the certificate in the name of UDA party. And that means, according to the Electoral Act, that if we give the certificate in terms of UDA party and not and not Kenya
Kenya
Kwanza,
Kwanza.
then it means the running mate will automatically have to come from the UDA party and not any other constituent party in the Kenya Kwanza coalition.
Thank you.
So
Let us talk about the running mate in Azimio.
this means, wait first, as we go to that,
You know, time is not on our
I
side.
also break into
Yeah,
that. So
time is
I
not
just
on our
want to
side.
give it a bigger picture
Yes.
how the entire system will be. They are going to, have that presidential aspirant from UDA and this running mate from UDA. When it comes to Kenya Kwanza, and I think Kenya Kwanza has got its technical people, and I mean, Azimio la Umoja,
Mhm.
we are a coalition and not, and we don't base on constituent parties. We are a coalition that has broken up their parties to join into one big umbrella called Azimio la Umoja. And this Azimio la Umoja has got an aspirant with its own constituent parties. Unlike Kenya Kwanza, who are running a normal coalition, Azimio la Umoja has gone ahead to break the constituent parties, the Jubilee, the ODM, and so on and so forth, to form one umbrella, which is Azimio la Umoja, to bring about one aspirant. The issue of coming up with the running mate Raila Odinga, it will depend on different factors that the technical team will base on to come up with who will be the suitable running mate Raila Odinga. That is something we can only speculate here on this table, but at the end of the day, the technical team that is down to do research and give us the suitable running mate
Yeah.
for for the Azimio la Umoja. Will do their work. They'll table their suggestions and they'll table what they have to do as Azimio la Umoja technical direction, and we shall be having the correct running
Correct
mate
running
to
mate.
Raila Amolo Odinga.
You're still sitting on the fence.
I'm not sitting on the fence.
You-
I'm only giving out
the
facts.
two of you refuse to mention
I'm
names.
giving
All
out
right.
facts.
That's
We
fine.
cannot mention
That's
names
fine.
because you have not that mandate to mention those names.
Potentials.
You remember
Eh.
back when we had Oka, when Oka was still existing. They also had their technical team. The technical team did their research and they said the perfect person to lead Oka was Kalonzo Musyoka and Mudavadi to be the running mate. What happened? The coalition
Each
disintegrated.
have their own
Yeah.
personal interest.
of course, yes. So
Yeah.
we cannot speculate on this table.
Jimmy, your last remarks as we end up the show.
Okay, for me, I think either Azimio or Kenya Kwanza coalition, they all have that position to run this country. Either Raila or William Ruto has the opportunity to do all, to run the country. So for me, I can tell my fellow youths mostly, we should not use this election to bring personal differences. We need to do a peaceful election. We need to participate in election. We have right to vote. So that right we have, let utilize it, and then let us not allow this politician to pay us little money for us to have an enmity between Azimio and what? Kenya Kwanza.
Yeah.
So that relationship between us as citizens should prevail. Election comes and go. There's nothing permanent. You hate me today, tomorrow I'll be a friend.
Election comes and goes.
Yes.
It is not a matter of life and death. Mr. Muhammad, your last remarks as we end up the show. 30 seconds.
As 30 seconds is too little for a boy like me. Use the correct time.
All right.
Finish. Good.
1 minute.
I want to urge Kenyans that we have the best candidate to lead this country, who is Raila Amolo Odinga, and he has got his own team that will bring to the republic. And we are saying Kenyans to look at the first 100 days that our Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga will be in office. There will be a very big change in the Kenyan government. I won't talk about much about that, but I also want to talk about the bigger picture about youth and politics and so on and so forth. Just as my friend has said, we as youth should be very smart when playing our cards. We should be very smart. We are not only talking about politics in terms of presidential aspirants, senators, presidential aspirants alone. It's also based on the grassroots, the MCS we elect, the MPs we elect, the senators we elect, the governors we elect. They must people who have got a good track record who can help us run this country. There will be no point us having a very good president, but we have a very poor governor, a very poor MP, and a very poor MCA. As we discussed about voting in a very good president, let's also check on the governors we elect. Let's also check on the MPs and senators we elect, so that the government of Kenya will be transforming as a whole. We transform the counties, we transform, the national government as we move by. Raila Amolo Odinga is saying he's going to give us the 5% allocation of funds to the counties. Why should we not give him that mandate? So that our counties will thrive, national government will thrive, youth will get employment so far as time goes by. We will get employment. But in election period, let us do smart politics, politics of peace. Let us be our neighbor's keeper. This guy is my friend.
Yeah.
I'm his friend. He's from Azimio. He's from Kenya Kwanza. I'm from Azimio. But at the end of the day, he's the most closest person I look for when I want help. So we as youth outside here, let us do politics, but let us not do hatred politics. We should not be used by politicians to bring about violence and so other things in politics.
Let us not
Whether
create
Azimio,
unity.
whether Kenya Kwanza wins the election, we should accept the result and move on. But most probably, Raila Amolo Odinga is winning.
Who told you?
Yeah. Who is winning?
The issue of BBI.
Of course, for me,
Don't explain too
100%.
much.
For me, 100%.
Yes.
Dr. William Samoei Ruto will win this election. Either they like it or not. And they should take this to any nearest bank.
Thank you very much. And that has been Political Heavyweights Meets Campus Politics.